I'm Lauri Timmanee. I'm the product lead for Experience Builder, which is a new way for site builders and developers to build Drupal sites, planned to be released in 2025. There's a lot of progress happening right now. Really excited to talk about that in more detail in my section today. Yeah, I guess what specific things would you like me to talk about?
Okay, now will this experience builder completely replace this paragraphs and or
Yeah.
as of now?
The goal is for Experience Builder to converge on a single solution in future. That's obviously that we're thinking about in terms of new sites that are being built. For existing sites, paragraphs and layout builder will be supported in future, but Experience Builder should become the de facto solution for any new site that gets built with Drupal.
Okay, so already there are other types of systems built into like WordPress way of building sites is being deployed in some way. So there was even a track on that from Pittsburgh, I suppose, or Portland. So what will be the future of such projects like Project Gutenberg?
So Gutenberg is very focused on long-form blog post, news article type of content, whereas Experience Builder is focused on complex landing pages with complex animations or complex design. So there will be use cases for both going forward. So if you're primarily building news articles with long text, Gutenberg might be a better solution for those sites, whereas a lot of these marketing sites that Drupal CMS is focused on will benefit more from an Experience Builder like tool, which is designed for these complex design scenarios.
Okay, when I first heard about Experience Builder, the moment what I thought of was the Macromedia Dreamweaver, which I had worked on once. I mean, as an editor. So there we used to build pages like every day we would be building pages. So we would drag and drop it somewhere, anchor it, and these sorts of things were there. And then came this EMS era. Everything like every tools like Dreamweaver went out, and then WordPress came, Drupal came, and several other CMSs came. So they introduced us this way of pre-built blocks.
Yep.
Now again, are we going back to a place where pages are built randomly and at will?
So the problem that CMS is trying to solve a few decades ago was that with Dreamweaver and others, it was really hard to enforce consistency or rules around the site. Let's say, for example, navigation, like you would have to update that across many different pages when you took that approach. CMS has solved that problem, and they solved the problem of building consistent templates for your pages. So now Experience Builder is taking the benefits of both the free-form sort of Dreamweaver-like experience and the CMS-like consistency approach, where you can, depending on the needs that the organization have, decide how much consistency you want to enforce on places where it's needed. So that, for example, when you have a landing page where you want to do something a little bit more experience-like, something more unique, it is possible for you to go outside of that pattern of consistency to create more impressive experiences. But then when you're building, just bread and butter pages, you would still use the CMS with those templates for that, so that you don't have to maintain every page individually, and you can get the benefits of the scaling that you get in CMS. So now Experience Builder is then essentially just a way. It's like a new way in which we make it easier for people to build these experiences where you need to scale.
Okay, and another question I would like to raise is that so 2 weeks before, I think Pantheon announced a way to actually work on Google Docs and directly publish to Drupal.
Yep.
So that was something most of the content editors were looking into, because some of the workflow usually goes through Google Docs, especially when you are dealing with people outside the agency or outside the organization. So now will such a tool be there in the Experience Builder as well?
So the problem of being able to collaborate, that's something that we hear from a lot of content creators that I've talked with. So it is definitely a problem that we are planning to prioritize with Experience Builder. We haven't decided on what is the specific solution that we are going to implement for Experience Builder, because there's different ways in which you can approach it. You can either do it with the approach where you do Google Docs and you do collaboration on Google Docs. But we believe that a better experience might be that we actually bring the Google Docs like tools into Experience Builder. So that means collaborative editing, being able to invite users with just their email to come edit in Experience Builder and so on, or sending a content for review just based on their email that you have, and either they have a user account or no, they can just get in with that, with the email that they receive as a result of that. So we believe that the problem of Google Docs versus Experience Builder is that there's then always some miscommunication in terms of making sure that actually what you built in the Google Docs, that it's accurately representing what ends up in Experience Builder, which may actually introduce problems that we would have to solve that are harder than actually making Experience Builder support these kinds of collaboration aspects in itself. So we are actually considering both directions, and it might be that we have to do some level of both, because there could be other reasons why, there could be reasons in which Google Docs actually is better for this in the long term, so that then users can choose depending on their use case which way they would prefer. But that's definitely something that we expect to do a little bit more planning in 2025, and then potentially something that we could focus in 2026.
Okay, I mean, people use Google Docs because they do not want to give people outside the organization access to their internal tools. So
Yeah.
if that sort of a problem is how it be addressed?
So the idea is that you could just add an email to a specific page in Experience Builder, and then with that email, they could only come edit that one specific page. They wouldn't get access to any of the other tools in Drupal.
Okay, and then we have also seen this Try Drupal from 1x Internet, and they have also introduced this front-end editing. So is such a tooling available on Experience Builder? What's the plan?
So front-end editing specifically, I believe, solves the problem of integrating decoupled sites into Drupal. At the moment, Experience Builder is not focused on the decoupled JavaScript use case. We are looking into other ways in which we can empower JavaScript developers to build components in Experience Builder, but we are not currently focused on the 100% decoupled use case. However, the architecture that we have on Experience Builder doesn't fundamentally prevent us from implementing support for a decoupled front-end rendering inside Experience Builder. So that might be something that in future, depending on how industry trends proceed, we might decide that, okay, something that we add support for later.